This is the Fox 5 News Block.
Some breaking news for you. The CEO of UnitedHealthcare shot this morning in Midtown. Police are searching for the suspect and say it was a brazen, targeted attack. And developing right now, it is day 2 of jury deliberations in the Daniel Penny manslaughter trial, with jurors asking to review some key pieces of video evidence at the heart of this case. Good afternoon, I'm Bianca Peters. Welcome to the News Block. Those stories in just a moment, but first, here's a live look outside right now. Liv Johnson is here with more on the chilly forecast. Liv.
Chilly, Bianca, and we are about to get some flurries roll through the area. We already have some reports of seeing a little bit in New Jersey and places north of the city, but that's about to make its way towards us too in just a few hours. Just a little bit of a wintry mix, nothing too huge. Current temperatures 39 degrees in New York, but a lot of us has crossed into the 40s, like Long Island, Bridgeport, Belmar, Newark, and then mainly in the 30s north of New York City as well. But with that wind chill, a lot of us feel below freezing. So it actually feels closer to 31 degrees in New York and then below freezing if you're north of the city. Those winds have really picked up as we've gone through this afternoon. 15 miles an hour right now from the south in New York. And here's the real problem, are these strong wind gusts. So right now we're seeing wind gusts between 20, 25 miles an hour, and that's going to continue. We're under a wind advisory tomorrow, and also Friday is going to be very breezy. So you might want to take some decorations that you put outside over the weekend, take them inside just for a few days, because we're going to have peak gusts in the 30-mile-an-hour range, sometimes even isolated gusts reaching maybe 40 miles an hour. So yes, just very breezy and chilly out there. Now, like I said, we started the morning clear, but then we've gotten some snow that's rolled through, and we have some rain on the way as well. I'll tell you a little bit more about that later in the block, Bianca.
All right, Liv, thank you so much for that. Now to the shooting in Midtown. That shooting happened at 6:45 this morning on West 54th Street and 6th Avenue, right outside of the New York Hilton Midtown. The victim, Brian Thompson, was set to speak at an investor meeting this morning right before he was killed. Police say that the suspect was waiting for Thompson outside and is still on the loose right now. Thompson was shot in the back and in the leg and was later pronounced dead at the hospital. But police do say while this appears to be targeted, the motive is still not clear.
Many people passed the suspect, but he appeared to wait for his intended target. The suspect fled, first on foot, then on an e-bike, and was last seen in Central Park on Center Drive early this morning.
Well, the NYPD releasing these photos of the suspect. That first frame shows him riding away on a bike, and the second frame actually shows him firing his gun at the victim. Police are asking for your help, and for any information, if you have that, call Crime Stoppers. That number is 1-800-577-TIPS. Well, the NYPD has also increased the reward to $10,000. And now getting to this story. Developing now, it is day 2 of jury deliberations in the Daniel Penny trial. Earlier, the jury sent the judge a note requesting to rewatch body cam footage of the chokehold. In May of 2023, homeless man Jordan Neely boarded an F train at 2nd Avenue and began harassing and threatening fellow subway riders. That's when Marine veteran Daniel Penny intervened and put Neely in a chokehold. Penny's facing manslaughter and criminally negligent homicide charges. Prosecutors agree Penny was right to intervene, but has maintained that he went too far. Now, Penny's defense team says Penny was just trying to help his fellow subway riders. And during the course of that trial, 12 jurors heard from over 40 witnesses. Penny faces up to 15 years in prison if convicted. All right, President-elect Donald Trump is now reportedly shying away from Pete Hegseth as his Pentagon pick amid growing questions over allegations about his conduct. And Trump now looking into alternative options like Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. Fox's Doug Luzader has more on this.
A report in the Wall Street Journal says Trump may be reconsidering Pete Hegseth to head up the Pentagon, and he may already have a possible replacement in mind. Pete Hegseth surrounded by cameras as he makes the rounds of Capitol Hill looking for support, and the veteran and former Fox News host may have to work quickly. A report in the Wall Street Journal says Trump allies increasingly think Hegseth may not survive further scrutiny, according to people close to the president-elect's team, which considers the next 48 hours to be crucial to his fate. And a possible replacement, according to the Journal, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis.
Look, I think President Trump is going to stick with Pete Hegseth, and I think he's going to get confirmed.
And some Republicans standing by Hegseth saying he would bring much-needed reform to the Pentagon. But an allegation of sexual assault, which Hegseth denies, and reports of drunken behavior are creating headwinds for a Senate confirmation. And some in the GOP see trouble ahead.
Well, I'm worried about 2 or 3 of our nominations. I'm worried about, well, I won't go over the ones that you can usually pick those out. But at the end of the day, we've got to do a good job of pointing out the strengths of these nominations.
And beyond Hegseth, Trump's pick to head up the DEA suddenly dropped out yesterday. The Florida Sheriff Chad Chronister wrote, "As the gravity of this very important responsibility set in, I've concluded that I must respectfully withdraw from consideration." He had run into some pushback from some Republicans over his enforcement of COVID-19 restrictions during the pandemic. Chronister is the second potential nominee to drop out after Trump's pick for Attorney General Matt Gaetz withdrew last month. In Washington, Doug Luzader, Fox News.
All right, congestion pricing. The MTA will be hosting 8 public seminars this month to clear up any confusion about the upcoming congestion pricing toll in Manhattan. The webinars, they're aiming to explain how congestion pricing works, how the program benefits the region, and the discounts and exemptions to this toll. They start with a 30-minute presentation, then there's a 30-minute Q&A. The first 2 webinars, they are today, but participants must register online at congestionreliefzone.mta.info. Congestion pricing is slated to begin January 5th. And to breaking news now, 1 person has died after yesterday's fire at a New Jersey senior living facility. 1 person remains in critical condition as well. Officials say the 4-alarm fire broke out just after 6 p.m. and a 2nd floor at an Inman Grove senior citizen residence in Edison. 10 people were injured from that smoke inhalation. And to this now, it offers great views of the city for the price of a subway ride. But that is part of the problem for regular users of the Roosevelt Island Tram. It has gotten overrun with tourists, and now local residents and workers, they're pleading with the city for help. Fox Eye's Linda Schmidt explains what they are asking for.
Well, this apparently has become a major issue for a lot of people who live on Roosevelt Island. That's because the tram right over my shoulder here is really the quickest, most efficient way for them to get from the island here to Manhattan. Tourists lining up at 59th Street and 2nd Avenue to jump on the Roosevelt Island Tram. It has become a tourist attraction since the pandemic.
TikTok videos help with that. It's a good view, so it's so beautiful in photos. So you just kind of feel like you want to hop on and then see what's so cute, be able to see all the lights.
But for many people who live or work on Roosevelt Island and use the tram to get across the East River to get to and from Manhattan, it has become unbearable.
They ride the tram like it's an amusement park ride.
The line is 100 yards long.
Amy Namdar has signed a petition calling for priority boarding on the tram for residents and workers.
It's really a lifeline for our community in terms of transit. We all have jobs to go to, children to take to and from school.
Resident Paul Crickler started the petition. He is also on Community Board 8 in Manhattan, which represents Roosevelt Island. There was at least one member who blasted him at a recent virtual board meeting about the flyers he posted calling for priority boarding.
This is an insult to the entire community of Roosevelt Island, to the visitors, to anyone.
The Roosevelt Island Operating Corporation runs the tram. The group says it would be against the law to give anyone priority boarding on the tram, which is public transportation, just like the subway. Quote, simply put, we cannot discriminate for or against any group of riders based on their residency, and that the group is here for residents, but also for all New Yorkers and any visitors alike. But some New Yorkers say something needs to be done.
We need to improve it, yes.
Linda Schmidt, Fox 5 News.
All right, well, the famous Rockefeller Center Christmas tree will be lit tonight. Over 50,000 multicolored LED lights connected by 5 miles of wire will be lit just before 10 p.m. Performers include the Backstreet Boys, Jennifer Hudson, and of course, the Radio City Rockettes. This year's tree comes from West Stockbridge, Massachusetts, and it will be no doubtly beautiful. Meanwhile, tiny mystery unfolding in Chelsea. For the past year, people have discovered mini figurines on structures throughout the neighborhood, but no one knew who was actually putting them there until now. Fox Eye's Meredith Gorman has more on this.
If you go to the corner of West 23rd Street and 10th Avenue around 3 p.m. any given school day, you'll see a rush of kids running up to an inconspicuous little red box that's hanging off of a street pole. Open the box and you'll find a bunch of tiny figurines with magnets attached. And kids have been hunting for them and swapping them out for over a year now.
It's a lot of fun. And like I said, it's been going on for over a year that we've been doing the ducks. And they are more than just ducks, too. They are all different types of animals, figurines. What did we just get?
A cat.
No, what did you get before? The
a Christmas tree.
The goal is that they take one, they give one.
It all started last December when a man started hiding these small ducks around Chelsea. People would hunt for the little magnetic ducks, and then others caught on.
It brought me so much joy to find his ducks. So like when I would find one, I'd be like, oh my God, this is so awesome. And I wanted to do that for other people, you know, and it seems the kids love it. And I do it up by my house too, in Inwood. I live in Inwood, so it's awesome.
And one of the craziest parts is that JJ does this all out of pocket, purchasing thousands of these little ducks and hand gluing the magnets to the bottom of the figurines and dispersing one bag of about 100 to 200 of them Monday through Friday.
It's very difficult, but I just get so much joy from it and so much excitement from it.
It brings joy to kids in the neighborhood, and for sure it's very nice. It's very nice of her doing this.
Sometimes it's the little things in life that spread joy, like, for example, a little duck. Reporting from Chelsea, I'm Meredith Gorman, Fox 5 News.
Very cute that we do that in the city. All right. I don't know how much joy might be spreading here. The weather is cold. However, this is, you know, the time of year where we can see all the Christmas lights. So I can understand that can be wonderful to see. Oh, speaking of that, the lighting tonight, what's the weather going to be like for that?
Well, we are going to get some rain. I think it will be pretty rainy by the time we do light that tree because it's later in the night, but we're pretty safe until right after dinner time. We're going to start to see some rain and some snow to the north of us, specifically really to the north of us. It might start a little bit earlier, but really, like I was saying, later tonight, 11 p.m. on our Futurecast, this is where we're getting the heaviest amount of rain and some snow, but whatever we do get is not going to be that measurable for both the rain and the snow piece. It's going to last into early morning Thursday, and then by Thursday afternoon, we're pretty much in the clear. What we're not in the clear with is these strong wind gusts. So we're going to have that for the next few days. Lows tonight will be in the 30s, and then we really cool down starting on Friday and Saturday. But then we warm back up a little bit next week. Bianca?
All right, Liv, thanks so much. Well, that's your news block for now. I'm Bianca Peters. Thanks for joining us.